What is going on, guys? So we are in the car. We are headed to Savannah. Yeah, it's gonna be a super long drive. It's what, 10 hours?
10 hours and 45 minutes, I think, so almost 11.
Yeah, we are in a rental car just so that we wouldn't have to put tons of miles on our cars. And yeah, it's super nice.
It's a Ford Fusion.
Ford Fusion?
Yeah.
It's super nice. Super like tech smarty. Yeah, it's got all these little gadgets. Anyway, so we're driving to Savannah this morning. We got everything around. We got the Tan Pro package that finally came this morning, so that's great. Else, we actually went ahead and went on a walk this morning to make sure that we were able to get our steps in and cook some chicken. I cooked some fish last night. Just really kind of like weighed a bunch of stuff out and put it in little plastic baggies so that we would really just be ready to go. There's a bunch of construction where we're driving right now, so Brandon's paying attention to the directions, not the camera, which is good. So yeah, are you excited?
Yeah, long drive, and we got to tell you guys the terrible news. You want to tell?
I don't know. What's the terrible news?
Yesterday.
God, I don't know what happened.
You do know what happened.
Okay, I forget, I guess.
It was like, okay, it must be a bigger deal to me than it is to Kay, but...
Oh my God, his drone. I forgot it.
So, this is the second drone that I've lost. It's a pretty big drone. If you know what the DJI Phantom drones look like, or like that series, you know that these are like massive drones and they're pretty expensive, and my drone flew away. Actually, I don't think it really flew away. I think it got too far from me. It was disconnected, and...
Or we also thought that maybe it got disconnected by perhaps the airport.
Yeah.
It was roughly the same spot that the first one that this happened to, that it disconnected or lost connection. So we were wondering if that could be a possibility, because you said you flew it further the other day.
Yeah, I flew it probably like, I don't know, maybe close to a half a mile further, I feel like, the other day. And then yesterday, the signal wasn't weak or anything like that. It just disconnected at a point, and I couldn't see the drone, and I tried to wait for it to return to home, and it didn't return home, and then it like messed with the rest of my day and made me pretty late for some other stuff. But good news is, tomorrow, I think...
Did you see how he looked at me? Tomorrow, I think, side-eye, Kaylee.
Yeah, we're going to try to pick up a new one, probably...
That was really funny, actually.
Well, probably...
Tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. Want to go to Best Buy tomorrow if we have a little bit of free time, and we might get the DJI Mavic Mini. I wanted to get one of the Mavics anyways. They seem to be a little bit better as far as like portability and things like that. Like this drone before, I mean, you remember, we took it to California with us.
Yeah,
and,
we did take it to California.
We took it to California, and we took it to Colorado. And
yeah, it was kind of just like, it was so big.
Yeah, like I had to like, it's like a backpack, and I had to like wear it. But this Mavic Mini is supposed to be so small that it can fit in your pocket like a phone. So
that's so crazy.
Yeah, so that'll be, you know, a little bit better, I think, as far as portability, and the specs on it are pretty good. I was listening to a lot of stuff about it yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I...
And we watched a couple like comparison videos of the Mini and what was it, the Pro 2? Is that right?
The Mini, the Pro 2, and then the Pro Air.
Yeah.
So really, we were kind of debating between like the Mini and the Air. The Pro is really great, but it's also like super expensive, and it's like, I mean, I think it's mostly for people who do videography like as their like job, like, and you know, we're just hobbyists with the drone, like trying to film
Brandon
YouTube
loves
videos.
it. He loves his drones. He likes gadgets. He's definitely a gadget type guy.
Even our camera, like I literally like. I was never interested in photography or like videography before, but all the videos that you guys see, like I do what, like 99.9% of the editing.
Yeah, I usually just come in and do a little bit or like give my opinion. I'm more so like I like to do things that involve color and...
Yeah, you color graded.
Yeah, things like that. In like editing pictures, I'm starting to get more into that. I do like things with color. I feel like I can just see things differently. And actually for a job that I used to have, we took, gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but it was literally a a color test to see like how well you see color. And so technically I like tested extremely well, and I'm not like considered like a color expert, so that's kind of cool. But I can just like see colors very well, and you know what goes together and things like that, because everybody sees color differently, believe it or not. So yeah, so I like things like that, but Brandon loves to do all the editing
And like anything involving like sound and like music.
Yeah, I'm not a music person, but he can hear something and put things together, and it's amazing. I can't do it, but he's really good at it.
Yeah. So on this drive, it looks like most of the drive there's going to be like 39 mile stints, 25 mile stints, and so on and so on. And then we have one stint where it's 375 miles.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a long
75
of driving on the same road.
Yeah. So we shall see how it goes. Right now, we're driving in Southern Ohio, or towards Southern Ohio, and then I think we have to go through Tennessee, and then we're going to go through, I don't know, where else we're going through. North Carolina, South Carolina,
Wow,
and
that's
then the
crazy.
tip of Georgia.
What are your macros today, babe?
So 200 grams of carbs, 160 grams of protein, and then 50 grams of fat. A little bit down on my carbs from yesterday. Yesterday they were 260 carb. The day before and the day before that, I had 380 on my carbs. So tapering down into the show. I assume tomorrow they might be even lower. And then Saturday they'll probably be a little bit higher. So I'm doing what's called a front load right now. So all of my carbs were front loaded in the earlier part of the week. Sorry that it's
I know.
so dark.
I think it's just because this big truck is right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're doing there. That's better. Yeah. So we actually both are front loading. I know I had said in a previous clip, first couple days mine were really low, and then I was at 180 carb. Yesterday I was at 210, and then today I'm down to 150. So let me show you a little bit of how I said that I like kind of pre-packed everything together. So this right here is some oats, peanut butter, a little bit of honey, and some fruit. Again, I am just like really trying to stick to foods. Whoa, that's bright. Foods that I know my body responds well to, and just, you know, we both eat a lot of like really whole food sources. I feel like I think the only thing that's not like a whole food source that we're technically eating is rice cakes, but there's very minimal ingredients in those. That's just what we like and what we eat a lot of. And
Rice cakes are great.
Yeah, rice cakes are
with
great.
peanut butter.
And then earlier today I had some fish, sweet potatoes, and olive oil. You ate a bunch of stuff earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, so I had just over 13 ounces of chicken, and I kind of split it up. Like we cooked all this chicken earlier, so I ate some before we walked, some after we walked, and then once we picked up the rental car, I finished off the last little bit when we got home, and then I had some butter with it mixed with some salt. So I'm at 2 teaspoons of salt right now as well, and that's like added salt to my meals.
So all of like the chicken, protein sources, and things like that I made, I didn't put any salt on them. People a lot of times when you're doing prep, they'll tell you to use Mrs. Dash because that is a salt-free, but there are actually other ingredients in those, and so I tend not to buy them. I get most of our spices from Trader Joe's just because they are true to what they say is actually in them. And there is a one that's salt-free. There's like a chili one that's salt-free, and then there's also, it's like, I think it's called like 21 Salute seasonings or something like that, that I put on a lot of stuff. It's really good. So that's what I put on most of our things, and then we add salt as needed.
So just driving along, trying to find coffee. That's really what I want. I want Starbucks really badly. I thought that if I just got on the road first, that then I could find a Starbucks.
But we're kind of driving through cornfields,
So we'll see if we find a Starbucks.
Brandon's not from Ohio. He doesn't know that. Aside from Columbus, the vast majority of Ohio is cornfields and little towns. So it's hard to find some Starbucks and things like that sometimes once you get out of the city. So we'll look for some though.
Yeah, try to find some.
All right, well, we'll show you some more of this drive. We'll check in with you in a little bit and let you know how it's going.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll see you soon.
Peace.
driving for a little while now.
Yeah,
How you feeling?
good. Definitely had to stop a lot drinking all that water.
Yeah, because you're drinking 2 gallons a day?
No, I'm at a gallon and a half right now.
Okay. So I'm at anywhere between a gallon and a gallon and a half. I've been doing about a gallon and a fourth these past couple days. Sam just asked that I kind of keep it around the same, so that's my goal. And I have drank half a gallon so far. So I still have another half.
Yeah.
Fourth. So 3/4.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, picked up one of these. Boom. Yeah. So, the reason I got a Snickers bar is because we're just on the road and I want to eat candy. But because we're on the road and I already pre-planned a lot of my carbs earlier, pre-planned a lot of my fat, this is actually going to be easier than just taking our scale out and weighing some stuff. Snickers bar should be pretty close to being exact as far as the macros go on it. And I'll still have some fat left for the day. I'll still have some carbs left, but it'll allow me to have something to eat that's obviously packed with calories. This Snickers bar alone is 250 calories.
What are the macros?
Yeah, so 32 grams of carbs, 4.5 grams of fat, and then 4 grams of protein. So definitely jam-packed with, carbs, a little bit of fat in it, which is actually kind of surprising. I would think a Snickers bar would have more fat.
I would have thought it would have had a little bit more too.
Yeah, most things that you eat out that are processed tend to have a lot of fat in them, but it's not bad. So I'm gonna crack this open. And Snickers are my favorite chocolate bar, by the way. So
Mine is definitely Reese's.
really?
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm a chocolate peanut butter type of gal. Is it good?
Oh man, absolutely, positively amazing.
Everything you dreamed of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Alright, so Brand's gonna eat this Snickers bar. We're gonna keep driving. I finished my oats and fruit a little bit ago. I kind of broke it up. I ate some when we first started driving, then I ate the rest of it a little bit ago. But I am super hungry. We lowered my carbs a lot today, so I am pretty hungry. But just trying to space it out so that I'm not eating like all of it at once, and we'll just kind of so I can stay kind of full throughout the day.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm doing too. So the last time I ate might have been when we were at the house.
Yeah, I think it was.
So close to 3 or 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
It's my first bit of food since then.
Yeah. I actually have a lot of that left to eat. I planned out the rest of what I'm going to eat.
Really?
And I have 40 grams of peanut butter that I'm going to eat still.
40?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So it's like serving and a half-ish. But I'm going to spread it across some rice cakes. So that should be good. I have 4 rice cakes to eat. So I will put like 10 grams of peanut butter on each rice cake with a little bit of honey, a little bit of salt, and then I still need to eat like some fish and stuff like that at the end of the night. So that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, we're going to keep driving, and we'll talk to you soon.
a.m. 3:30 in the morning. We just checked in. We made it to Savannah. How do you feel?
Tired.
Yeah, we're both extremely tired. We're staying at Holiday Inn and Suites. I don't know why my camera's not There we go. Holiday Inn and Suites. We're not too far from the airport. Thankfully, we got most of our steps in already. So now we just have a tiny bit of cardio to get done, and we're probably just gonna walk around for like, what, 30 or so minutes? Kay's not thrilled at all.
No, because I still have to do my tan stuff tonight.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna sleep in like crazy tomorrow. We'll get back with you guys then, show you more of what we got going on. All right.